Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode two, or you can say episode one of the rebrand of the
Yep.
Havoc Insider podcast, presented by Crusader Boys Entertainment. I'm your host, CPTHEDON. Thank you for everybody for being in here today. We're gonna have some fun today. We have a special guest. Gonna come in. Gonna give us a little bit of insight. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. But again, my name is CP the Don. I am the co-owner of the Havoc League. Again, another rebrand. The Havoc League is going through some major changes, so it is a good time, you know, as admin, to be here and to witness all these changes. Again, these changes are for the better, so I cannot wait, to share with you guys what we have in store, what's the plans, and the things that we have, going on next. So right now we are in full effect of the final season of the Black Ops 6. We are definitely in the final season. We had a few games played already, a few Group B games, and obviously more Group C games because there's more Group C teams. And then, yeah, we're in full effect. A couple 3-0s. Last night's match with Dark Horse Omega versus Blitz Legacy was the only 3-1 game so far. But again, it's the end of COD. Sorry, end of this title. People are a little bit worn out. But we're trying to keep that momentum going. Trying to help teams build for the next title, which is Black Ops 7. We're gonna have some really good stuff coming for that title. We're probably gonna start right away. Probably give maybe a couple weeks so everybody can feel the game, and then start throwing some community events out there. Start having people earn some money, man. Because who doesn't love to earn money doing what they love to do? So, um, it'll be fun. It'll be great. Shout out to Crusader Boys for hosting this again. Dre on the back end taking time out of his day to do this. It's gonna be a fun one, like I said before. But enough from me. We're gonna get right into our special guest. Our special guest here is one of my favorite guys, man. One of my favorite players to watch. Because he from when he started in the Havoc League, Havoc Elite organization. He's literally started from the bottom, and now he's in arguably one of the best teams out there, best Group C teams out there, and he just keeps progressing. We actually casted his match last night, and then they just did a fantastic job as they usually do on the map. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you guys Lurk. Lurk, what is up, man? Welcome
What's
and thank
up?
you. Thank you. First off, thank you for taking time out for this little segment. I
Of
know you
course,
were a
of
little bit
course.
busy, but tell the people who's watching a little bit about yourself. Something, briefly about yourself.
All right. My name's Luke. I go by the gamer tag Lurk. I know, real creative, but started playing Comp COD like 3 months ago. Just kind of a pub stomper. Kind of wanted to get into the comp scene. CP took a chance on me, and I've just kind of just kept grinding, and now I've gotten better and better.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can definitely attest to that. Definitely gotten better and better. So with you coming in, Lurk, we're gonna call this segment "Getting into the Mind of a Player." Because unfortunately I don't have the luxury of being a player. So I want to know how players think. I want to know, especially with the team you on and the caliber of a player you are. I want to know where your mindset. So one of my first question is when you guys are scrimming and you're loading into a scrim, what is the mindset? Are you playing it like a league match or are you playing it to learn different strats or, different other things?
Right. I mean, for the most part, when we scrim, the main thing is like we're working on like rotations, setups, like what setups will work. Like we'll go over tac map before set or before scrims and be like, hey, let's try this setup out. Try to get into that setup. Now, there's some times where you get into kind of like an ego type of scrim where it is like a league match basically, and you're just trying to dog walk that team as fast as possible. But now for the most part, it's very like setup rotations, and then like on search, it's like, hey, how do we want to break off like a B rotation here or an A bomb? It's just it's something like that.
I mean that that's good to hear because I know there is some times where people call each other out and it's like you said, an ego scrim. So, do you feel like when you get those ego scrims, do you feel like that means more because it's like, you calling me out and then you got shit on. So it's like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's set times where it's like it's your COD champs, and you're in just a beef scrim, and you know you're in a beef scrim. You're mag dumping bodies. You're calling out harder than you are in a league match, and like you want to win it worse than you want to win a league match at times. But you know, shout out my teammates. We're pretty cool, calm, and collected when it comes to it. But we normally try to keep a level head into scrims and kind of work on what we need to work on, and I think that's why it shows in our matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of your teammates, if we look down the list, we have Noah, aka Zarnark, we have Envy, we have Zoe, we have Nimble. I believe Saint is still in the mix somewhere, so it's good to see that that 6-man squad right there. Nimble came in, in the championship game when you guys won last year. Came in as the fifth man of the year, as I like to call it, and
He was,
definitely
yeah.
showed out. And so, talk to me about the team dynamic. Like, how how well do you guys like connect? Like, what is it that you guys just do well together? That it just seems no matter what situation you guys are in, it's just firing on all cylinders.
I think it's confidence in each other and being able to like vibe and just being like respectful and like what's the word, responsible. No, not
Yeah,
responsible, but I can't think of the word right now. But
I'm
like
good.
we can go off of each other, like like not go off on each other, but if someone has a disagreement, instead of like throwing like a temper tantrum or being pissed off about it, we'll actually like talk it out as a team. And I mean, with a 6-man like roster like that, like we can plug and play whoever, you know, and every single person in there is, we're all adults. It's like, hey, best four are gonna play, and that best four, and everyone's okay with it. I mean,
Yeah.
every single person in there has been real cool about it.
No, absolutely. You can call this a glaze, you can call it whatever you want, but I'm feeling like this is like the 2013 Miami Heat. You know, do you
Yo,
remember that?
yo, am I Braun or Wade?
Yeah, so
I'm
you know
definitely
how
Wade, bro.
dynamic and how strong that team was during that era. Like they were
Hmm.
just unstoppable, always in the finals or whatever game they played. They just played with their heart. That's kind of like what I'm feeling. And yeah, you could be the Wade because who was the center of the team. And I feel like shout out to Quest. Let's shout out Quest here because
Yeah, gotta shout out Quest.
I feel like he definitely did build around you guys. And I remember when you was going through the that moment of like, you know, the X dynasty, you know what I'm saying? Like in
Hmm.
between of like what's next. And I was like, I think I kind of know where we could fit in. I mean, it may take time because nothing is built
Yeah.
overnight. And then when me and Quest was talking, when Quest was a captain, I was like, yo, let's give this guy a chance. And Quest did it without hesitation. And then I'm pretty sure I mean, he's in the chats and he could feel his energy through the text. Like, let's fucking go, let's go. So I'm pretty sure he's always smiling ear to ear when you guys play. I'm really
Always.
sure he's happy about how you guys play in the gameplay you guys produce.
Him and Coda both, man. I mean, Quest
Absolutely,
is.
shout out to Coda.
I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at on this type of caliber of a team if it wasn't for Quest. I mean, all last year that guy, he had the spreadsheets for us to go through. He was
Yeah, I
setting up
know.
our scrims. He was doing our map picks, like because he watched every single map and he
Yep.
knew what maps we were good at. So like being as a player where you don't even have to worry about any of that and you can just play was it. I mean, bro, it was tenfold. I will never be where I was or where I'm at now if it wasn't for Quest and Coda.
No, absolutely. And then when you have a guy like Quest, who would love to have him on here one day. When you have a guy like Quest putting in the work to do the spreadsheets, you kind of feel like I owe it to him to give him my all in each map.
Oh
So
yeah.
speaking of match, talk to me on a player. It's match day. You have whatever match it is. It could be a higher Group C team or somewhere like right neck and neck with you. It's match day. What is a day in life as a player on match day for Lurk?
So you know, most of us, 9 to 5. So
Yeah.
you're working, or if you're working, jitters don't normally, or like nervousness doesn't really hit until about 5:30 when I get off. Sit down on my computer, start shooting bots, listen to music, and then it starts to flow. Kind of get some adrenaline pumping, and then like when you're right before the match, I mean, you kind of gotta like calm yourself down, and then like you said, if it's like a lower end team, like you don't want to get complacent or overconfident or cocky. It's like, nah, man, take it one map at a time, one hill at a time, one bomb or one round at a time. It's just you gotta be self-centered and you gotta be selfless.
No,
And
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, you could feel it. You could feel like you when we watch you guys, we could feel you guys like warming up in the match. So speaking of warming up, my next question would be: do you guys try to have like a warm up scrim? And then if you don't have a warm up scrim, what is that mindset like going into the match?
So we normally always try to get like a map set scrim right before, and we normally try
Mhm.
to get it against a higher, either like a group B team or another really high group C team, just to get our shots warm, kind of get you in that like mindset of like game time. Now, if you go through the process where you don't end up getting a scrim, then most of the time we'll all load into a like a bot lobby together. So like you're not just shooting AIs, you
Okay.
actually got to shoot
Mhm.
against
Yeah,
your
those crack.
teammates.
Yeah,
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 crackheads. You got Noah flying at me.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, like you got to try to get into that mindset of like this is a match. Like you got to get your comms right, your mental right. You got to be locked in, ready to go right as soon as that countdown starts counting down.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, when you guys like heat up in the match, it's good to see because it just feels like again everything is just working out. You guys played the Skyline Hardpoint yesterday, won by a decent amount. You lost the Search, but then you took the very next two maps. So when you lost that I believe it was Rewind Search.
Yeah.
What was that? What was the comms or what happened in between maps 2 and 3 that made you guys lock back in for the next for the next two maps?
So this is gonna be respectfully, like no no no, I don't mean anything what I'm about to say, but when we lost that round 11, because we were down 4-2, we brought it all the way back. We went up 5-4, let them win the next two rounds to win it. And every single one of us are like, these kids are dog shit. They cannot gun us. Like we lost that map. They didn't win that map. They can't hang with us at all.
Mhm.
And
So
so I mean, yeah, it
yeah,
was
I'm pretty
just
sure those comms definitely fired you guys up. Um, Another question I have for you: you had the pleasure of being PC checked. So
it's true.
tell me a little bit about that. Is that a disrespect to your character, or is that like motivation for you?
Honestly, I was more dumbfounded that it was me of all people, because I'm like, I'm not doing anything crazy. Like I understand that like I was kind of BTA, but it wasn't anything crazy. So when I got like PC checked, I was like, yo, this is kind of like the ultimate compliment. These guys think I'm cheating because I'm beating them so bad. So I wasn't mad about it, and that's why like instantly, right as soon as I saw someone say something about it, I
Yeah,
was like, turn my screen on, show all of that. Didn't
yeah,
touch anything till the PC checker got in there. I said, I want to do this the right way. You guys can see that
yeah.
I'm not cheating. You just got shit on it. It happens. I've been there.
No, absolutely. And this is where we talk about like at that point you were a high group C team. Played I don't forgot who it was, but I know they were like middle to like low group C. So I
Merc
mean
30.
me who's absolutely dog shit, So if I'm getting, shitted on like that, I that'll hurt my soul. I'm like getting shit on, but you can't hurt the skill. So I see that as motivation because like
Yeah.
you're kind of questioning my skill level, and it's like if you don't believe that I'm just a high tier Group C, Group C player, then you just don't really know. You haven't seen nothing yet,
Yeah.
So how many times how much work is put in on a let's say on a because I know you guys play in the EWG league as well.
Yes.
So you're in the EWG league, you're in the Havoc league. So you're looking at what 2 matches a week,
Yeah.
and I believe they're finishing up. So you're about to hit the playoffs over
Mhm.
there. So
Yeah.
how does a week look for for Dark Horse Omega? how many scrims with the matches? How many VOD reviews? How is it looking like as a player that is playing at this high? Like, so basically, tell us the amount of work that needs to be put in.
So I mean, we we put in so much work. It's Monday scrim. Tu Tuesday will be like VOD review scrim, or it'll be like VOD review, and then like go over like certain situations that we need to work on. Wednesdays like double scrim, because normally we try to play our matches on Thursdays and Fridays. Sometimes we mix in
Mhm.
Wednesdays. And then Fridays, same thing, scrims. Saturdays and Sundays we try to take like off days, but we're also addicted to the grind. We're still scrimming on Saturdays, and most of the time I have to force myself not to turn my PC on Sundays so I don't scrim.
Yeah, I know. I remember that one of the Sundays is a non-negotiable. But I do want to shout out the wives, for
Yo,
understanding the grind
I don't know
that
why
needs to
she
be
puts up
put
with
in.
me. Yeah. Oh man, you have no
No,
idea. I feel so bad
understood.
for her, and she lets me go because she can see how passionate I am about it. So she's like, you could
Yeah.
be out doing other stupid things, so I'll let
Yo,
you do this.
exactly. So W's in the chat for the
Yeah.
wives,
Shout
the
out my wife,
supportive
man.
wives. Absolutely. My wife is out for dinner right now. So I was like, don't call me. I'm with my boy Lurk. So it's like, no, but she is texting me now. But again, shout out to the wives. But you know, um, we could, one more question, Lurk, before you head out. I'm just, say whatever you need to say. This is like your time. This is a free form. So, um,
I
just
mean,
just say, yeah, just say whatever what's on your mind.
main thing is on my mind is just trying to win another ship, maybe another, two ships, EWG and Havoc League. Be ready when you play us. You got to bring it, and because we're gonna bring it, so you got to bring it.
Absolutely. Well, Lurk, hey, my man, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. In this rebrand of the Havoc Insider podcast. So this is the getting in mind of a player. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of insight of what it's like playing at a high, Group C level. Again, shout out to Lurk, shout out to Dark Horse Omega, shout out to Quest, shout out to Coda and everybody else on the Omega squad. Lurk, I'll talk to you soon, man. Thank you so much
Yep.
again.
Thank you guys.
Well, guys, there you have it, man. That was getting in the mind of a player. Like I said, Lurk is a high tier diamond player, so he could easily play in a higher level if he has the team around him. And that Omega team is a good team to potentially play in that next level. So I mean, you heard it first. You hear the grind that it needs to be put in for the scrims, which is the practices, the matches. So it's a very demanding thing if you get into the competitive COD. If you want to put in the work, you heard it first. That they're almost scrimming and matching almost every day, trying to get days off like Saturdays and Sundays. But sometimes the grind is just there. They just want to play. So, if you guys want to learn more about it, please hit us up. Our Discord link will be dropped below for the Havoc League, um, where teams are looking for players. They're looking for in every. I feel like every team we have, they understand the grind. They this is why they're still competing. So it is fun to have. It's fun to still be a part of. Um, but yeah, I do again appreciate that, Lurk. Thank you so much. Now, guys, we're gonna get into what's going to be happening within the next week until from now to the next podcast. Hopefully, we can keep some type of the same schedule, but we just never know. But we have some more matches going to be played out. Hopefully, we can get another uh another guest appearance in here next week. Probably go over some like match footages, match clips, and talk about that a little bit. That'll be exciting. That'll be really fun to have. So it'll be fun for this next few days of going into the next week, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So at this point of the podcast, I do want to talk a little bit about mental health, because mental health is you know a thing. It's everybody goes through it. We go through it, but we don't really speak about it. So gaming could be is a way to escape. This is my element. I'm pretty sure this is the most. this is the element for most people, which is why we still game, we still have the community, we still interact with each other, and so on. So it's easy to burn yourself out in the real world where you're working, just the daily life, the daily grind going into work, and you want to wind down. You can in gaming is your outlet. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't have nobody, hold you back. But always remember, if you're ever feeling stressed or feeling, tired or anything, just take a break, man. Take a break. It's okay to take a break. And if you have somebody that you trust, reach out. Always good to talk to somebody because we all go through, our ups and downs. And, talking to somebody does not make you weak whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. It does not make you weak. Yeah, it does not make you weak. It takes a lot of strength, to be honest with you, to talk to somebody. So please, if you're going through somebody, if you're going through something, just reach out. Just reach out. Check in with your friends. Check in on yourself because that's more important than anything. Your mental health is so important in this day and age. We lose a lot of people to that. So if you're listening to this and you're going through this, thank you for being here. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're alive. I'm happy that you're well. So just keep that positivity. Trust me, everything will be better. Everything will be better. I promise that. Well, guys, at this time, I think that'll be it for the re-edition, the remodel of the Havoc Insider Podcast. Again, this is presented by Crusader Boys Entertainment. I'm your host, CP the Don. Shout out to the Crusader Boys, Dre Wavy on the back end, helping me out while we elevate this podcast into something big. Trust me, I have some very high caliber guest appearances coming up. We're coming in this, Lurk was one of them. Next week will be another one, and I just got a confirmation from another one. So the ball's gonna keep rolling. We're just gonna keep growing this. If you guys haven't, again, the link is below for the Havoc League. Stay tuned. Look out for any announcements as we transition from this final season of Black Ops 6 into the new title of Black Ops 7. We're going to come in hot once it drops. Give it a week or so, a couple weeks, for everybody to get a feel for the game, and then we're gonna go into some community events, some paid events. We know people like to get paid doing the things that they do. So again, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in at this hour, just probably chilling back and relaxing. But again, it really means the world to me that you guys are sitting here and then listening to me. Um, I can't really ask for nothing more, but you guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay positive, and God bless. See you.